जय श्री माता जी। परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी की अनुमति से आज का शाम का ध्यान हम स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं। बड़े ही विनम्रता से परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी के चरणों पर प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे। With the blessings of Shri Mataji, let us begin today's evening meditation. Let us very humbly bow down at her lotus feet and take bandhan. Three Mahamantras and Shri Ganesh Mantra. अपने दोनों हाथों को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे। लेट अस कीप बोथ द हैंड्स ऑन द मदर अर्थ। प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारे अंदर संतुलन स्थापित कीजिए। हमारे अंदर श्री गणेश जी की अबोधिता जागृत कीजिए। कीपिंग बोथ द हैंड्स ऑन द मदर अर्थ, लेट अस प्रे श्री माता जी, please bring us into balance and please awaken the Ganesha principle of innocence within us. अपने दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रार पर रखेंगे। कीपिंग बोथ द हैंड्स टुवर्ड्स श्री माता जी, अटेंशन ऑन सहस्त्रार। श्री माता जी, please give us complete thoughtless awareness. Please establish us in the state of meditation. श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमें ध्यान की स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। हमें निर्विचार स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। इसी ध्यान की अवस्था में श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी ग्रहण करेंगे।
If we are not spiritually matched, then the problem comes. We have to have proper matching of vibrations. Of course, we see to it when we marry. I mean, you can imagine 99% marriages have been successful. And some of the marriages were mischievously done, I know, there were some mischiefs. But still they have worked out. Still they are happy. But some people are bent upon making their marriage a problem. Some of them. Extremely egoistical or think no end of themselves and start making everybody miserable. What makes them so much full of ego, I don't know. And they just spoil their marriages. They become unhappy themselves and they make others also unhappy. Now, my husband has never been a Sahaja, never. Even now, I wouldn't say he's a Sahaja, even now. I don't know. But I knew how to handle him and how to work it out. And I've managed very well. And he also knows. Always he says, you are a very moral person, you are a very noble person. All those things he says to me. And all, see, his saying is like this, that you are, but you cannot make others. I said, I can. Why not? First, he could not believe that I could transform people. And now he knows I have transformed. He said, they have become angels. And so that you are now angels. I'm not very happy with the creche you have here, not at all. It's a mess. And I don't know, but it's children coming out of the school are racist. Very racial ideas they have. That's the report Yogi gave me. Not about Rome. It is. So I would say we should change the teachers. It's the best way. And the children are very aggressive when they come, very harsh. I would say put some Indian teachers there instead of some Western teachers. Maybe they are racist or maybe something wrong there. This is the report I've got about your children. Australian children create more problems and it's very difficult and they are racist. But there are hardly any Indian children there, see? But if there's one even, they aggress. There are, I think, only 3 children who are, I think, Indians only, or one maybe a Negro, I don't know. But all these children just jump on them when they go from here. It takes time to change their ideas. If you are racist, you cannot be in Sahaja, you understand that. We don't believe in race and religion and all these things which are separating human beings from one to another. That is our ideal, that we cannot have this kind of a nonsense in our society. And be careful, watch your children how they react to black people. Especially for Australian children, it is being pointed out. So I think there's something wrong with some people here. They should just try to find out if we are by any chance trying to teach them that white skin is better than the black. As I told you in the lecture, I hope you have listened to what I said about the genes. That it is now found out that 2 protective genes that Asians have, the white skin don't have at all. One of them is the right side, another the left side. So a white skin will take to a violence much more easily than an Asian. Asian actually means now Indians and Chinese. Culturally, they are the same. Now, that means after coming to Sahaja, your genes have been transformed and you have protective genes within you. And one of them is, as I told you, the right-sided, hate people and kill people, be violent, this racialism, which is now coming back again. Because they will take to it very easily because there's no protection against it. Now, you can see in my own family, we had 11 children. Some were fair, very fair, some were dark. We never knew what is racialism is because the skin is so, it's skin deep as they say. So, you are now confronted, you must understand that, with these two horrible genes by which one that will take you to violence, take you to temper, will take you to this kind of racialism and hatred and fundamentalism. And the another one is indulgences. Laziness or serious things like sex and this and that and all these habits you develop of drugs. So you have to be very careful now. By just announcing that, Germans announced that we are a white race, you see, we are higher than anyone. How are they higher? Just imagine, they killed little children, small little children, into a gas chamber and saw them being burned. Can you imagine anybody who is an evolved soul or who is a higher race will do such a nasty thing like that? But this is, they have sort of self-proportioned values and virtues, which they don't have. They were so horrible that they took the fat from the dead bodies in Poland, Warsaw, and they had bath with it. Like a soap they used. So grotesque. Whole thing is so horrifying. And they think they are very, very great races. Even Axmuller wrote like that. You see. He said it's the Germans who came to India and wrote Vedas. Their forefathers cannot write Vedas. So now try to understand that what we are facing basically. What I feel in the arrogance of this white skin, these people crossed over their limitations, their maryadas, the forefathers, like the way the Spanish went to America. You can't find one original person there, not one. I wanted to see in Chile, in Argentina, in Brazil, not even one. Where are they lost? They all went to the hills and some of them are preserved in Bolivia and all. And the revenge has started. From Bolivia, all these horrible drugs are coming. And the whole of America is just crushed with that. There's no wisdom. Just to think you have fair skin, all right, go ahead. Where are you going? See this. What about the Americans? Where are they going? Now they are concerned a little bit. But 65% people may get schizophrenia in that country. Now how can you be satisfied with yourself when you see all these things happening because you have just a white skin? So first thing you must try to understand that even if there's a trace of racialism in you, better throw it away. On the contrary, I think this country has really real justice for races. Justice-wise, you must say, Australia is known to be really a multicultural society, and they understand the value of it, what you have gained through multicultural societies. As there's so many things to be learned that they are very clean outside, not in personal life. They'll keep the house very clean, the carpets very clean, everything very clean. But as far as themselves are concerned, they are not so clean. Of course, now with Sahaja Yoga you are changed, I am not saying. But I know of English people, they would not take bath for months. Months, they used to smell like hell. And when my husband was there, we used to shake hands, and the hands would smell for days together. We used to put scent, attar, this, that, still using paper. It's all right because it is very cold, but it's not that cold. We have lived in England for so many years. We always use water and running water. In the same tub, 3-4 people take bath to save pounds. The only mantra they know is save pounds. Same here. People are extremely money oriented when they have so much money compared to others. So, for Sahaja Yogis, it's important that you should be frugal and you should not be miserly. You need not, but you should be clean inside. That's very important. Not outside so much, because see, all these diseases are coming, these things are coming, one has to be very careful. Secondly, you are so protective of yourself. I mean, you are always thinking about yourself, extremely protective. So you do not develop any immunity to anything. If you have to travel like me, you would get sick within 1 month's time. Firstly, you can't eat anything, you get hepatitis. You sell something, you get hay fever. You do that. I mean, all these things are coming because of protectiveness. You must make your children to play in sand, you must make them go about. No, you're so protective of your children. So when they grow, they cannot stand anything which is absolutely not completely, we can say, covered. But Indians don't get it. We are full of parasites, full of mosquitoes, full of this. Australian children, when they got bitten by mosquitoes, they got malaria. But the whole city was there, nobody got malaria. Not one person. But they were surprised, how is it these boys and girls have got malaria? So, in childhood, we should not make our children sort of all the time extremely delicate. You look all right, I mean, you might have good muscles to look at, but you're very, very vulnerable to any disease. You can see from your children, I'm not saying about Australians, all the people from the West, whether they are Americans or they are Europeans or they are. But I've seen Russia, people are very, very good. They don't catch much. They don't suffer from all this. So this overprotectiveness, and also there are books and books. Today they'll write a book about children. You must give them feet at the right time. Then they will write next time, no, you should not do that way. You should allow them to eat whatever they like. And then thirdly they'll say that you should not give this to your children, that you should not give, that should not happen. With all this knowledge, people are not aware that they are making their children like the dolls in the hands of these writers. Whatever they say, whatever they do, there's no sense in it. We know what is needed for the children in Sahaja Yoga. Actually, these are people just selling their books, whatever knowledge they have a flair to write, they write it, and you accept it and you get into problem. And this is a very, very common thing. They protect the children too much, which they need not. But whenever it is necessary, one should. My main thing is that before the children, how we should behave. There are differences in husband and wife, not that there are. But they should not be exposed. Children should not be exposed to your differences, to your fights, to your angers and fits. They get it, they are so, I'm again saying, they are so protective. So much protection is given to them. These protected children take these things very quickly. If mother says to the father something, father says to them, they'll repeat it later on. You will be surprised. Same thing. When the father does something, they'll say the same thing. So you are spoiling their whole attitude towards life. Must understand children are much faster than you are in picking up things. Because they have to learn, they are growing up. So your relationship between you and your wife should be of respect. Should be of love and understanding and caring. But there should not be something of some sort of a scene that is not good for them. I mean, that doesn't mean that you behave in a funny manner before the children. That is for the bedroom, all right? Thank God you have bedroom separate. We don't even have that. In India, very few people have bedrooms closed. In the daytime, if they close bedrooms, people think, are they mad or sick? So this is an attitude one has to take, that before others, before other people, before the children and everything, we have to behave. Now, if you want to find faults with each other, you can find it in the bedroom. That's not a very good game, I think. Why should you find? It's always better to close the chapter at the end of the day and sleep well. All this I am telling you that you should not miss the point of joy and happiness. This is how you will really enjoy your children, your husband, your wife, everything. In this, as I always said, that wife has to be very wise. She's the one who has to be very wise, but not to such an extent that she allows her husband to do what she likes. She has to keep a control in a way that he doesn't disturb the society of Sahaja. About other things like we have about, they said, I didn't know that you are paying some money for the school, and all those people who are not even having children in the school are paying. I didn't know this. The school has money, no doubt. There's no problem on that because they are not spending much. But now you change the pattern. I'll talk to your leader and see. And also you can have a proper house on rent separately and get all the children there to study. And nobody should act arbitrarily. And it should be done properly. I'll talk to your leader and tell him. And the children should be seen, even by the leaders, to see that they don't become racist or they do not become violent. And I think Indian teachers would be a better idea because you see they are mild people and it would be better. And I have also discovered you have two girls who can work, Indian girls. It's better that they should look after the children. And lastly, I have to say I really enjoyed my stay in Sydney. Really. I don't know why this was called as Sydney. What was the reason? And also in the West they don't have meaning for every name. But it's a very beautiful place where so many Sahajogis are there. And I really feel very happy in your company. I love you and you all love me. Whatever I want is your happiness and joy. And please remember that we are here to enjoy, all of us. So don't do anything that makes you unhappy. Like having big, big plans, this, that, not necessary. There's no need. And if you want to have it, please let me know. I'll tell you exactly whether you should do it or not. Because I don't want you to land up as bankrupts or this and that, like madcap people everywhere. So, this is, you have to be careful. You just inform me. You let me know. You can write to me that you have such plans and all that, I'll tell you. Now, this idea of this artist business is rather doesn't go into my head, I must say. They have told me that they want to get all the artists together of the world and this and that. It's a very one-sided attitude to form, you see. Just a few artists are there, then they invite them, then they invite here, a conference start. That sort of a thing should not be. If there are artists, all right, there are artists abroad, everywhere they are. And whenever you can meet them, you can meet them. But you cannot separate a body like that. Artists are separately, musicians separately, then you'll have politicians, then economists, you see. So that's not such standard. That's not such way. That's the way people live. You see, they have separately some sort of a thing, or if not, they can have an organization of, say, broomstick women, something. So, we are Sahajogis, and we are Sahajogis and Sahajogis. If you are artist, is by the way. If you are musicians, is by the way. We are Sahajogis and Sahajogis. This is one has to remember. Like this, the groups will start. And this clubbing system has been there in the human nature, or has been there throughout. We have been clubbing with anything, if there's somebody like the French, they put their spoon the other way down, you see, spoon and fork like that. So I said, why? Because we're French. I couldn't understand this explanation, these are French. And then the English put it this way. Now, if you just put it the other way around, you are a gone case, then you are no good. So, we have to know that this kind of clubbing was in the human nature, because it comes from the animal instinct. You see, animals also club together. You are from Brisbane, all right, we sit together. You are from here, we sit together. It's an animal instinct. Because of some sort of a fear, maybe, that they club together. This clubbing has come into human race also. For everything you have a club, you know that. It's for you it is not necessary, because you have come out of that state of animal instinct to higher instincts. Yes, you are an artist, all right, you are an artist. So another is an artist, all right. But don't club together as artists, as musicians, as this, as that. As long as you have to say, sing together, you can practice. Again, finished. It's a very important point. Try to understand. Clubbing is not at all a human quality. Clubbing is a quality of animals. So when we are all Sahajogis, why should we club together? What is the need to club? And this clubbing has brought so much problem to us. These politicians, then these religions and all this, nothing but clubbing. That separates. So anytime you find there's a clubbing system working anywhere, just run away from it. You belong to a very big community. Now say in my hand, these fingers start clubbing. What will I do with them? I'll have to make a club out of it. But still going on. When they come to Ganpatipure, they have clubs there also. I've been informed about them. Australian club, then North Australian, then South Australians, then East, West, and Southeast, Southwest. So all that has to be given up. One has to understand that we are all Sahajogis all over the world, wherever we may live. whatever we may eat, whatever we may wear. We are inside all Sahajogis and all connected to all pervading power. If you become great artist because you have got Sahajoga, all right, enjoy that. If you become great musicians, all right, enjoy that. If you become an orator, enjoy that. But you don't club yourself with another person on those grounds. That is something not at all Sahaj. In Sahaj you are one with everyone and with all of them. See now, my life, if it is anything, you should understand that I am extremely a Sahaj person, extremely Sahaj. So wherever I go, I can't understand. I go to Russia, all these Russians, they had never known about me, they have never heard about me. They came to listen to me. Anywhere I go. I mean, later on the follow-on may not be, follow-up may not be that good. But wherever I go, there are in thousands of people. After all, what is so great about me? See, this is it. What you have to learn. Okay, I am so Sahaj. And also when I tell you about you, don't feel bad. Because you know I'm telling you out of compassion and love. And that is important. You understand that. Because first thing is compassion and love. And when there is compassion and love, you cannot think of clubbing at all. Never. You can never club with anyone. You will love each and every person and be kind and enjoy your compassion, the virtue of your compassion, virtue of your love. And that shows on your faces. You shine compared to those born again who were never born again. They were looking so hazard and horrible, very harsh faces. With such a young girl, she had all the wrinkles you could count on her face and going round and round and round. So I told her, you are not born again, I'm sorry. She said, are you? I said, I am. Look at your face in the mirror. I said, you will know you are not born again. So the greatest advantage of Sahaja Yoga is that you can enjoy everything. That is the greatest advantage. Whether it is art, architecture, music, or a lecture, or studies, education, family life, everything you should be able to enjoy fully, then you are a real Sahaja. And that you have achieved that state. Sometimes there are problems here and there, something happens, doesn't it? Have faith. And you will be surprised at the miracles that you get. One after another, so many miracles. But listen to me and also try to follow what I say.
जय श्री माता जी। परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी को अपना आभार प्रकट करेंगे। श्री माता जी के चरणों पर प्रणाम करेंगे, बंधन लेंगे। थैंक यू श्री माता जी फॉर टुडेज मेडिटेशन। लेट अस ऑफर आवर ग्रेटिट्यूड। बोw down to श्री माता जी एंड टेक बंधन। जय श्री माता जी।